I was surprised with the whole introduction with the lichens and the vampires because like we thought they were like zombies at first after you kill the Angie doll and Benevitio. We thought they were like
Yeah,
zombies, but they're actually vampires.
yeah, they definitely gave off like a crazier zombie vibe in the trailers
Hmm.
at first, but as far as lichens, I could see it also because there's uh plenty of you know movies and pictures and videos that depict lichens at times to look more human than wolf, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and I think they were able to pull it off really well with the whole of them being a BOW because the fact Mother Miranda had the ability to manipulate her genes so she could do mimicry and mimic others. And then she's been alive for over a century. So all the experimentations that she's been doing, I'm sure she was able to just pull it off to where she could like convert the megamocyte into the lichens, the vampires, and all that stuff.
Well, at the very end, I believe there's four books that contain a lot of lore
Hmm.
in the Four Lords, if I'm not mistaken, and it kind of
Yeah.
like talks about how the lichens and vampires were both kind of like failed experiments for the most part.
Yeah, I know. I actually know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it was talking about all four of the lords, the main bosses you fought. It talked with like Lady Dimitrescu. She had she had good Cadeo affinity, which the Cadeo was that like weird stuff, like in the Angie doll that was in its head, that was all like weird, had the tentacles and
Yeah.
everything. That's what called
Hmm.
the Cadeo that Miranda developed, and all four of them were initial candidates actually for to be come Miranda's daughter, but they all obviously failed as well. But you had Dimitrescu; she had the uncontrollable growth thing, and because of that, in order to sustain it, she has to consume blood and flesh as well, which is how they kind of pulled off with the vampire aspect with her. And then Moreau, the that hunchback dude that turns into a fish, he had very poor affinity because of his like obviously a lot of his I'm trying to find the word for it, deformities, genetic deformities, and he just wasn't a good candidate. The House of Beneventio and with the Angie doll, they were good candidates except for her mental instability. So because of that, Miranda excluded her as a candidate. And then Heisenberg, he actually had a very high affinity for the Cadeo, so he could have been a very potential candidate, especially because she explained in one of those books how through the Cadeo uh, experimentations, he was able to have the electromagnetic be able to emit electromagnetic impulses, which gives him the ability to control and magnetize stuff and make it float around and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
yeah, I thought that was really cool to give the like more of the background on the four of them.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting too because it's just like you just wonder how did that happen, and like I said, it's more that they just unraveled towards the end that they didn't need to do, but they did it anyways, and it's
Hmm.
kind of like the hidden touches. Especially, I suggest everybody reads everything in the game when you see it at least one time, because it's old. That's how kind of Resident Evil talks about their lore. For the most
Yeah,
part, it's kind of like in the things you read as you walk around through wherever it is you're
yeah,
going
the
through.
notes, the letters, and
Um,
stuff.